there are opportunities that I see in my world of direct trade chocolate that could be real serious opportunities to promote the welfare of the people involved, who are especially the people who are growing and struggling to bring a crop to harvest, who are really suffering, especially in West Africa. Okay. In the beginning, I didn't really want to have investors that I was needing to report to or answer to. I wanted to just be able to do it myself. I mean, I'd already been my own law, I had my own law firm for almost all of those years, and I just wanted to kind of do it by myself. But the other thing that sort of underlies that is I didn't really want to focus on growth, top line growth. And that, when you tell an investor, will you please give me your money? And I really don't want to focus on growing the business.
Couldn't you just lie though? Or then you're worried that, it'd be bad down the road when your goals don't align.
Because just like a couple of months ago, I was in the Philippines, and that we started our 6th school lunch program there, not there, but between Tanzania and the Philippines. And it was a kindergarten class and I had met them the year before when I was there, the February before, and severely malnourished kids. And so we started a program with a donor. The first time we used a donor. All the other times we've self-funded those nutrition programs. But I was able to go back and look at the records. Every single one of those kids were no longer, they were considered what the United Nations would define as normal weight and height. And they were all nourished the year before. I mean, that is an example of my focus. And I didn't want to have to tell an investor, well, I probably spent too much time on this fill in the blank community development project or taking, high school students to Tanzania. I didn't want to have to answer to that.
Right.
But now, 18 years later, if I had an opportunity for the right investor
who got the vision, got the project,
yes, there are opportunities that I see in my world of direct trade chocolate that could be real serious opportunities to promote the welfare of the people involved, who are especially the people who are growing and struggling to bring a crop to harvest, who are really suffering, especially in West Africa. And so if there was an opportunity to be involved in something like that, I would do it. I feel like I have a lot of gas left in the tank.
Yeah.
But so I would absolutely do that if I had the right opportunity. Yeah.
What would that look like? Like, would it be getting a loan, or just maybe like an investor who is less concerned about returns and more concerned about, it's not about the chocolate, it's about the chocolate and that, that mantra?
Yeah. It would be the latter. A bank, I have a great bank in Springfield. I love my bank. I've been with them for 32 years.
Yeah.
It's a small bank. They're just great people. And I probably could get a loan. Well, but now with rates where they are, it just doesn't make sense.
Right.
It just doesn't make sense. And so I think that it would be some kind of investor who really gets it, who sees the vision, and I am absolutely willing to cede control and whatever else that means, if I can have some role in the vision. Lauren really has very, very specific vision in mind, and I don't think she's going to take the company over.
Really?
Yeah. And I had a very specific intention when I started this all those years ago that I didn't want her to take it over, because I didn't want her responsible for my retirement. I just didn't want that burden on her.
Yeah.
And so all these years we've just kind of moved forward with that in mind, that she's not going to take it over. She's perfectly capable of doing it, but and at this point now she's like, yeah, I have gas in the tank left too. I have more than you, Dad, and I have a specific vision, and if there was an investor that came along that really understood what we were trying to do and wanted to take it to the next level, that we could. But here's the thing. There have been tire kickers over the years who've come around, you know. And,
I'm sure. What kind of investor comes around? It's got to be someone who just loves the quality of the chocolate and just goes, I can't live without this. I want to help this brand.
Yes.
You know, this story's amazing.
Or they want to kind of live my life.
Yeah.
You know? They want to
Your chocolate Indiana Jones or Willy Wonka or something.
Right.
Yeah.
But so, and we haven't really talked about this, but the way the company started was kind of weird, you know, and there was a very circuitous path to chocolate. I didn't always love chocolate, and I didn't have some hidden dream to make chocolate.
It was a 5-year path, basically, to get
right.
here.
And that did include antidepressants, you know? So, I mean, and there was surrounding it all a sort of level of sacredness to it all,
to which part? To the process?
All of it, to the process
of finding your vocation, as you say in your book.
Yeah, to the ending of my criminal law practice and the beginning of this thing. I viewed it as a sacred path, and just for me, just my own little sacred path. And so what I've come to realize is that how this ends for me, whatever that means, must also be a sacred path. In order to be in tandem or congruous with the beginning. I think that's important for endings, that they be similarly situated as the beginning.